To start things off, we're going to hear from Captain Jamie Lesinski, who is from the Los Angeles Fire Department, and he'll tell us about how his department implemented the program here in the city of Los Angeles.
Hello everybody, my name is Jamie Lesinski. I'm a captain of the Los Angeles Fire Department. My formal title is a HAZMAT Task Force Commander. In addition, I coordinate the HAZMAT program in the Los Angeles area region. When DHS awarded us a pilot program for the CBRNE, I truly believe it was on the strength of the representation we had from the agencies and showing the collaboration, the willingness to work together. But I also believe that it was due to the diversity of the city itself. Not only do we have the extremely large population that we listed as a possible threat on the FBI list, but also because, well, we have major international airport. We have the United States' largest port after New York. Much of the Western Hemisphere's economy goes through that port. We have the Hollywood. We have special events. One of the programs that we do with the CBRNE is VIP protection. Any of the candidates or elected officials from the president on down who come in there, we work with the Secret Service and maintaining either atmospheric monitoring or crowd monitoring, utilizing that off-distance detection that we're able to utilize with some of the monitors we have, and to generate it so that an agency can, like the Secret Service, can come in there and be able to capture that information that we have and share that in a real-time event. The simple concept of having the equipment transmit information, the detectors transmit information back to the squad, was that itself. It seemed very simple. What we were challenged with is we did not want to just be painted into a corner with just certain equipment. We wanted an open backbone, and to do that we had to be able to say, if you decided this year that this was the best chemical detector, then next year we changed our mind, or another one came out, or a different technology, that we still would be able to have that telemetry backbone to piggyback onto that detection. That caused for some kind of standardization of how that information was to be transmitted. So we had to come up with what we'll call CAP, Common Alerting Protocols. We had to come up with a format and how that information would be presented. Not just the data, but format about information about that equipment. When was it tested last? The calibration of it itself. That probably, as you're looking at a curve of achievement on the program, leveled us off for quite a bit of time. Because all that was occurring in the background, but at the same time, once we achieved that, our program started taking off. The vendors themselves of this equipment now saw how important it was. They were starting to be motivated to work with the program itself, and to create in their equipment ways to gain that, let's say, that access to the information that we wanted. I believe the next biggest challenge will be taking that scientific data and turning it into an operational picture guidance based on what? It's going to have to be based on given intelligence factors that have to be taken by a variety of experts to say, at this unit or at this measurement, that we're going to do this type of action. Now, but across the spectrum of different agencies, some might say have different threshold levels of their action. So we've had to kind of get together and to kind of decide on where and what and when, and then ask the vendors or the software people to work with us on this. We still need more improvement in the biological world. I believe the operations are down on paper. We just don't have the technology for the detection to provide real life timing. It's still a delayed detection in the biological agent world. Again, I want to give thanks for the Department of Homeland Security and supporting us. They provided, I want to say they provided seed money and funding. The program has now gotten to the point where it has to be supported by the local agencies and the local region. Due to that, we've incorporated into a working committee. Well, we call it the Los Angeles Regional Integrated CBRNE Network Committee. Again, this is across the spectrum. It's public health, it's law enforcement, and it's fire service. We still have that strong commitment from our agencies in this area. We've maintained those same SMEs for the last few years. that have been working on this project. We know we're way ahead of the game when we start reading magazine articles and going, boy, we were there a couple of years ago, when they're alluding to universal challenges, and we said, yeah, that was a challenge. We have an idea. As I'm closing the interview here, I just want to, I look back and I realize how much of this was such a grassroots program. It started here with the Los Angeles Fire Department. It started at the users level. They saw a need. They looked for their own solutions. They generated that with the increased capability. They saw other challenges. If I were to take this to another city and they were to start the program again, they have the advantage of not making the same mistakes, not having to going through the growth pains. I think right now we're at a point where we can walk into department heads and say, would you like to see what's going on at an incident? Video, data, voice, real time over the internet or over secured wireless transmission right now. And that common operational picture wasn't initially what we started out to gain, but that's where we are. And I think when people see that value, right, that sells the program right there. And I think when you start from the top down, you get the advantage of, one is the funding, two is extremely strong support. Where we basically had to create and show our success to demonstrate our value. I think the program already has the success there, and it's basically to replicate with using the topographical differences or the differences or the nuances of the city, but it is the same project.